Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the precursor to a collision report. Now you'll notice up on this top bar you actually have a button that says collision. What I personally do, I get rid of it. You don't really need it. Honestly, it's much better to start all of your collisions through this button right here, quick capture. The only time I've ever used the collision button is if I'm taking a really cold hit and run collision. Other than that, you'll see in a minute the advantages of quick capture much duly noted. So when I hit quick capture, this is what I get. Now, we are going to do a kind of complex collision throughout the next couple videos. This is going to be a vehicle versus bicyclist, causing the bicyclist to bounce into a parked car with a witness on the side. The reason I'm going to do that is so I can show you all the different roles within the sector collision environment. Obviously, when you get to the scene of a collision, nothing changes. Get the road clear, render aid, make the scene safe, so on and so forth. Before you come back and hit quick capture, you want to have everybody's driver's license, registration card, insurance card, and phone number in hand. If you can get all those in hand, it'll be much quicker scanning everything into here. Now, I actually prefer the method of counterclockwise when you fill this out. I fill it out the same way every time, and I'm going to show you how I fill it out. If you do it this way, it's almost impossible to forget information. You're going to get a perfect quick capture every time. So, first thing I'm going to do is fill out the collision dispatch and arrival times. We would get these from CAD, obviously. Put my case number on it. And my traffic way. There we go. Okay, so once I fill that out, you noticed I went from here counterclockwise to here, and now I'm going counterclockwise to here. At this point, I'm going to scan everybody in. So there's two ways to do it. You can scan vehicle, and then every driver in that vehicle, and then vehicle, and then every driver in that vehicle. I'm going to scan everybody in random order, just to show you the advantages of this tree. So we'll have a motorist, a bicyclist, and a witness. And we're going to have a moving car and a parked car. Okay, so you'll notice this looks very goofy. We have two vehicles with owners in them and then these three people with no roles. Here's the advantage of this tree. For Trong here, all I have to do is click and drag him into vehicle 1. And now he becomes the driver of vehicle 1. Same thing with Ralki. If Ralki's the driver of vehicle 2, I'm going to drag him into vehicle 2. Well, as I mentioned before, this is going to be a parked car, so we're going to say Ralki's actually sitting on the side of the road here as a witness. Roper here, Roper's going to be our bicyclist. So all I need to do for him is click him. Over here on the right, you have this blank box for type. There's my bicyclist. Now watch what happens when I click this blank space. He's actually completely outside of the tree of these two vehicles. Same thing with Ralki. If I make Ralki a witness, he stays outside of these two vehicles. So that way we're not putting these people associated with Unit 1 or Unit 2 here. So, as you can see, I've made this tree exactly where I want it. I have vehicle 1 with a driver and owner, a parked vehicle, a witness, and a pedal cyclist. Now I'm going to go counterclockwise over here. And the way I do that is I'm going to start at the top and check that everything looks good line by line. Now, if you're going to be doing an exchange of information for these people, and you decide that they decide they want to have each other's phone numbers in here, there's a button you can press right here. Show phone number and exchange yes. It defaults off, so if you print out the exchange of info, which we're going to see in a second, without checking that, you're not going to have any phone numbers. Now, for the owner record here, since the driver and the owner are the same person, I'm going to take this and I'm going to press remove. The reason I did that is there's a box later on in the collision report, which I'll show you in the next video, that allows me to check that box and write basically same as driver on the registered owner line. This one, we're going to leave that blank. Witness, we'll put a phone number in here. And for our bicyclist, again, all we need is a phone number because they don't have insurance. Okay, so just to recap, This up here with the CAD times, counterclockwise to our street and case number, counterclockwise to scanning everybody in, and counterclockwise to going line by line and filling in the detail page. Last thing I want to do before I press finished is hit exchange of info. This is what pops up. So this is what I recommend, instead of giving a business card, this is what I recommend you give everybody involved, a copy of the exchange of info form. This is also one of the biggest advantages of doing the quick capture. You have everybody in here, you have all their information, and this is a really good tool for them to give to their insurance instead of going downtown and filing a public records request for a copy of the police report. So I review this, I make sure I'm good with it, and then I press finished. And there's my draft collision. So one more note on that finished button. Once you hit finished, you can't go back into quick capture. So let's say after I pressed finished, I have another witness show up and say they want to be part of the report. I now have to go put them in manually in the collision report. It's not a big deal. You just can't scan them in right now. So you basically will have to write down their information and manually enter them later. Otherwise, now we have a collision report waiting. We're ready to start writing tickets, ready to do any tows we need to do, so on and so forth. And finally, if I had forgotten to print the exchange of information forms before I pressed finished, all I have to do is select that report and press this right here. And it will pop up the exchange of info. So if you forget to print, that's how you do it.